You're tuning into sjspr.radio. This is Senior Talk, the show where we pick seniors' brains about school life and real life. I'm your host, José Dubón, and joining me for this episode is Diego Curet.
Hi, I'm Diego Curet.
So, Diego, how are you doing today?
Doing pretty good.
You good?
Pretty good, yeah.
What'd you have for lunch?
Arroz con pollo y le eché caldito de las habichuelas por encima.
Yeah, no habichuela,
No habichuela,
just the juice.
just the juice. I don't really like habichuela.
No?
I like garbanzo y gandules, but
Yeah?
not habichuela.
How come?
O sea, they're like, it's like, that's how it's weird porque like, I say I don't like them porque they're mushy, you have like a weird taste. Pero también tú puedes decir eso por like garbanzo y like
Yeah,
gandules.
I'm kind of the opposite. I can eat habichuela, pero garbanzo y gandule, I just can't do it.
I know you've always liked habichuela. You always like, dude, why don't you eat habichuela? I'm like, dude, I don't like them.
Yeah, I haven't always liked them. I tried them because my mom, she would always tell me, José, como tú tengas una novia que te haga habichuelas, como te las comas, te voy a matar. And then one day I came home y me serví habichuela. And ever since, pues,
Oh my god.
I like them. They're good.
No, they're not that good.
Okay.
El caldito está mejor.
All right. Well, I wrote a few points we could talk about. I think it'd be great to start a little something about St. John's. Like we've been here for how many years?
14.
14 out of 18. Well, no, out of 17 for you.
Oh, come on, man.
How are your driving classes going?
They're going pretty
How
well.
you
I
doing it
should
now?
get my license this Thursday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Took a bit, but
Took a little bit. I just turned, I think, 2 years with my license this February.
COVID delayed me a lot.
Yeah, I got it right before COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
So I got pretty lucky. I know a lot of people like you that were going to get it and then COVID hit. And
Everything was closed, so I really couldn't get it.
yeah, right, but we're going to college now, so you're not going to be driving that much.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it
So-
depends.
Depends the city. It's either New York or Boston, so
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna be doing that much driving.
Yeah, New York, you're definitely not going to touch a steering wheel. Definitely not. What are your choices in New York?
For now, the only one I've been accepted in is Fordham,
Yeah?
but I'm waiting on NYU, so hopefully I get in. And then in Boston, I have BU, Northeastern, and Tufts. I'm waiting on all of them.
Yeah, those are nice. Have you gotten rejected from anywhere?
Yeah,
From where?
I got rejected from Brown University.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna try and continue like my water polo career.
yeah?
But
So is that off the table now?
I mean, not completely, because some of the schools that I applied to have water polo teams, so I can still continue like intramural or like I'll try out for the team if I really want to.
Yeah. And do you know what you're going to study yet? Or
Chemistry.
chemistry, yeah? You decided?
Chemistry.
What's your plan after medicine?
I don't know if medicine or something around the lines of engineering, like
Yeah?
chemical engineering.
Oh,
I don't really know yet, but that's why I want to experiment around the field of chemistry.
it's tough. It's definitely, and with
Yeah.
water polo on top of that, it's definitely
Yeah.
going to take up your whole agenda.
That's why I'm like kind of glad I didn't get into Brown, in a
Yeah.
way, because it was gonna be a lot. Like Brown's a really really competitive school. On top of that, having to do water polo on top of chemistry, which is
Yeah,
It's
you
a
wouldn't
lot.
have time to go out and
no, I wouldn't have time to live at all.
you don't have time to eat garbanzo and all that other stuff.
No, bro, dude, no one's gonna eat garbanzos in the U.S. There's
Yeah.
not. Like,
Is that one of the things you're going to miss about Puerto Rico, the food?
Dude, the food. Like I eat like not garbanzo every day, pero like Puerto Rican food is such a big part of my diet. Like siempre como like.
I mean, Puerto Rican food in Puerto Rico. I would
No,
imagine.
but also
you
like
do.
a bunch of other people eat like pasta y eso, like
Yeah.
Mexican, like always in my house we always cook like Puerto Rican.
What do you mean, how? Like, what's you get home, your dad's like, Diego, comida.
Oof. It's always arroz blanco. It's gotta
Yeah?
be arroz blanco.
Yeah?
O arroz amarillo, uno de las dos.
You gonna get like pollo al sartén.
Pollo al sartén, pechugas de pollo, bistec, churrasco,
Just some protein.
straight protein.
And then caldo de habichuela.
Caldo de habichuela.
Just the juice.
They always make habichuela, but like yo siempre cojo del caldito.
Yeah. So, what
What about you?
what's me? What do you
Yeah.
want to know?
College.
College?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've gotten accepted into Loyola Chicago recently. Last week they told me
Oh,
got accepted
congratulations.
into, thank you, St. Joseph's, and everything else just either deferred me or I haven't
Mhm.
heard from them, except one, Notre Dame. They rejected me, but it's for the better.
Yeah.
Well, no, I hope it is at least. We'll see.
Yeah.
See where I end up. I'll probably study biology. Definitely, med school is my target for sure.
Okay.
And if I don't know, I might change along the way. I'm not dead set on it, but
Mhm.
I like plastic surgery right now.
Okay,
I
that's.
think that's a pretty solid career. Only thing
Yeah.
is, well, my mom tells me about it. She's like, Jose, it's like starting from first grade all over again. Like you got like 12 more years ahead of you.
Yeah. That's the one thing about like medicine that like no sé, it no me desmotiva because at the end of the day the work will pay off.
Definitely will.
But it's still like a lot like you will be the next 10 to 12 years studying if you go down like a medicine career.
No, yeah, for sure.
It will be worth it, but it depends if you really want to make that sacrifice in the long run.
Yeah, you gotta, and that's another thing why I feel like going to like a relatively less competitive college. I feel like isn't a bad thing, because you don't want to burn yourself out. If it's
Yeah.
such a long career, you don't want to burn yourself out those first 4 years. I feel like what everyone's told me. My French teacher yesterday, she told us, she's like, guys, enjoy college. Once you hit 25, it's over. Like it's over. Everyone goes their separate ways, and that's it. You become like an adult,
Mhm.
Pero yeah.
No, yeah, like you will be like bastante upset because you're gonna see like all your friends like partying, going out, like living the college experience, and you most likely will have to be studying or like stuck with a bunch of work. But like at the end of the day, you'll be the one that ends up with a very successful career.
Yeah, I mean, if we make it to the end of this career, a lot of
Yeah.
people like either don't get into med school and you just have to figure something out, or se rajan.
Mhm.
It's all about what's up here. It's just your determination, and you just gotta
Mhm.
make it to the end. But it's definitely a super sustainable career. I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like some careers are gonna die out because of technology,
Mhm.
but there's definitely gonna always be a place for med school and med students, and
Doctors in the world.
yeah, people always gonna get sick, always gonna break their bones.
Mhm.
You ever broken a bone?
I've actually never broken a bone. I got a fracture once on this bone right here. On this bone right here. I was actually playing water polo. And I went up to like reach for the ball, and it like slammed my finger against the post and like fractured it.
Did you get like the clip?
Yeah, I got the little finger
like a
clip,
cast?
and everyone like would always like is like, oh, what happened? I'd be like, I broke my bone.
Fuck this finger.
I broke my bone.
Nice.
Yeah, and I've got actually that question. Like everyone's like, oh yeah, like have you ever broken a bone? I was like, yeah, this one.
Nah, I've fractured one bone. You remember? how
Yeah,
that
I remember
happened?
I fractured
The
your
little
bone.
kids. We were playing what was it, hide and seek? What was
It was something.
I just
or
ran
volleyball.
into you. You just put your leg up. You bang! Just destroyed
I
my
kicked
finger.
Your finger.
Yeah, at a
I
cast.
also remember when I like we were going down the slide and I like broke your nose.
Yeah, I've also like destroyed my nose twice. The first time we
Yeah.
were in that was the first time, right?
Yeah, the first time.
I was swimming under the slide, and then Diego comes just full force, and Diego had a little bit more weight on back then.
A little chunky.
He just boom, my head straight contra el fondo de la
against the
piscina.
floor.
I just come out, I'm just going like una pluma. I'm just dripping blood.
And like 20 minutes later, Luifa broke his foot.
Yeah, he tried to jump over the pool era, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
He didn't make it. That was such a
That was in like 3rd or 4th grade.
yeah, it was a long time. What a day. Levi broke his foot. I destroyed my nose. You remember I had my nose just
Yeah,
got
and
huge.
like you had like a bunch of veins like black.
Yeah. I remember it wasn't the second time. It wasn't that much later. It was like I don't know, like a month later maybe.
Yeah, you still like it still looked away like
A little. It
weird.
was a little bit black, and then we were playing soccer in fair play, and then
Yeah.
I went to pick up a ball because I was the goalkeeper, and I got kicked right in my nose. And I remember my mom was worried. Oh, she asked me, she's like, "Oh, are you okay? Que sé yo qué." And then she joking around, she's like, "José, la escuela va a pensar que te estoy maltratando si sigues yendo con black eyes."
We never
funny.
found out if it was Elias or Luis that kicked
yeah.
you in the face.
We never knew.
No, that was crazy.
Yeah. You know, Luis is here, right?
Yeah, Leaf is here.
Oh yeah, you saw him this Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Like, what do you think it would be like? Let's say if you had gone to Boston or wherever, and when we were in
I don't
back in
know.
8th grade, you think it would be like still this good friends?
Maybe you and me, because we've been together like so long, but like, my life would be completely different. Because, no, say like I've been with the same group of friends for like forever. Like all you guys are my best friends. Like,
Yeah.
that sudden change is like so drastic. Like I don't think I would have been able to do that.
No, yeah, and we have a pretty big group of guys that in, and along the years, people have come and gone. You know, Jonah left one year, he came back. Danny came in 5th grade, right?
Yeah.
He's a big part of our group. He's explosive.
Max,
you know?
I mean, came in 5th.
Max. Then we got Diego in 9th.
Robert came in 6th.
We got Robert in 6th too. We got Javi
In 10th.
recently. We got Alberto too.
11th.
Yeah, it's a great group of guys.
Mm-hmm.
They're all good dudes. What do you think? What do you think it would be like if, I don't know, if, let's say, what do you think is like a big
Oh
player
my
in the
God.
group?
I thought you were gonna say like, oh, well, how would you feel? Like, what do you think our group would be like if Danny died or something? I'm like, dude. What?
No, that took a turn. No, that's definitely not where I was going. But what do you think it would be like?
What?
Or if one of us was like in a wheelchair or something.
Max was in a wheelchair for like a while.
I just was in a wheelchair for a while. What do you think if like, oh, let's say Danny was fluent in Spanish and didn't know English, something like that.
That would change so much.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Or if Adriano was like 7 feet tall.
and
just jacked. I think that'd be pretty hilarious.
I feel like by the time we would have gotten used to it.
No, yeah, for sure. But if just de hoy a mañana, just bang.
Nah, but our group of friends is like really good.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. So, Dio, this is a little bit of a turn, but for you, what's the meaning of life? What goes on in that Diego head when you think of life?
The meaning of life. I don't really know, but like the meaning of life, I guess, is just kind of to do.
To do?
Like we are here to do something.
Yeah?
I guess the meaning of life can be very subjective to a lot of people. And at the end of the day, a lot of people are going to tell you, oh, the meaning of life is to be happy. But, like, at the end of the day, humans have been given, like, free will to some extent, at least to our own, like, knowledge. We have free will.
Yeah.
And with that free will, the meaning of life is to do whatever we want.
Yeah?
To do goals in life. If your goals in life is to work 9 to 5, make stable money, then that's good. If your goals are to be free, run around, doing whatever you want, that's also good. It's all very subjective, and the meaning of life is what you make it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. The meaning of life can be different for different people. I think, I fully could stand behind what you said. Everyone has different goals. It all comes down to your goals. I feel like some people just want to be happy. Some people don't believe in happiness. Some people just want to work their life away, die with 40 million in the bank. Some people want to blow every check they get. Yeah, I mean, it's all about what you want to make of it.
That's why it's very subjective, the question of what's the meaning of life. The right answer is technically there is no meaning.
I think the meaning of life is to find the meaning of your life.
That's a quote I could
That's
stand
horrible.
But like low key, like that's true. Just find out what you want to do in life and whatever.
Just do it.
Whatever makes you content, then do it. And if something doesn't make you content, you have this entire vast world to change it.
I mean, I don't know if you have the entire vast world, but yeah, you definitely could do something about it.
No, like the world's huge. Like, you could do anything.
Move to Ukraine real quick. What do you think about that whole situation? You think it's gonna de-escalate?
I don't know. They tried de-escalating it the other day, and they called off. Like,
Yeah, it was a 5-hour ceasefire, and they ended it in, what was it, like 2.5 hours?
yeah.
Yeah. You heard about the Russian convoy that was going to Kiev?
No.
It was a 40-mile convoy of like tanks
my
and
God.
soldiers.
No, so that's like mio forte. Like, but at the same time, it's like expected.
What do you mean?
Like, Russian expansionism has always been a thing, especially after the fall of the USSR. Like, they stayed pretty butthurt that they lost all the other territories.
You heard
And
what?
It's like not like fair to all the other countries that want to be independent, because if you have a superpower attacking you like every other like couple of weeks, like it's not like, it's kind of like messed up, especially with all the war crimes that Russia's like making. Like,
Yeah, it's not a great situation. You heard of some rumors from like Daily Mail, you know, not really the most credible sources. You heard some people say maybe Putin is just really sick, and he has all this firepower. He's like, you know what? Let's just see what happens. You know, what do you think? You think that might happen? That might be what's happening.
maybe like Putin, like Putin represents a never-ending period in Russia, because it's like claimed that Russia's a democracy, but everybody knows that like Russia isn't actually a democracy. It's just like for like democracy, like entre comillas, because Putin is like unanimously elected. Like, he's always won. He won ever since the USSR fell. Like, he's been in charge right after. Like, it's a situation. Maybe he's bored. Maybe he's not. Maybe he really just wants to take back Russia's former glory. No one really knows what's going on in his head.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. A lot of people say he's crazy, but you know. You think, I mean, we have our senior trip coming up to Italy. You think this could, I don't know, maybe.
I really hope it doesn't affect it.
Yeah, I mean, Ukraine's not that close to Italy, right? Italy's like more along the Western Europe. Ukraine's kind of more.
It's still in
more
close
inland.
proximity, but
Yeah, it's close, but it's not like ridiculous. Like, I don't think a war would spread that far, that quick. I mean, I hope not. Hopefully it de-escalates. But what do you think for like college, or you think the U.S. What do you
I don't
thinking
think the
about
U.S.
future?
is gonna get too involved in it.
No.
No, they're gonna they said that they're gonna defend their not the NATO allies, but like I think that's just as far it's gonna go, because that would be like declaring like straight war into Russia.
Yeah. Have you ever thought of if you had to, not anything to do with this situation,
Yeah.
but if you ever had to join the army as a little kid or whatever, like what you want, like Air Force, Navy, a SEAL, what would you want to do?
Either the Air Force or like Navy SEAL, more like Marine snipers.
A Navy SEAL, Marine sniper.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of physics. That those dudes are.
Yeah, because I love physics, so like all the calculations that those guys have to do, and they have to like sit around for hours like calculating wind speeds, like bullet drop, like all of that. Like, it's actually pretty fascinating.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. I've seen the video that their academies. Yeah, so they're the little notebooks where they do these calculations, and you have your spotter next to you that helps you out. It's crazy. It's definitely crazy, because a lot of times those guys go out on missions by themselves. Okay.
Yeah.
If they get like found out,
It's over.
it's over. It's pretty scary stuff, but I feel like I'd definitely join the Air Force.
Yeah.
I don't know, something about a kind of like a behemoth of a plane yendo a 800 millas por hora.
You think
I
you
feel
can handle the
invincible.
G's?
The G's?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like I could.
It's a lot of force on you. Like, people pass out todo el tiempo. Like, there's stories of people even, like, passing out mid-flight and, like, waking up, like, going, like, down. They've caught it, but, like, they pass out, like, dando vueltas por ahí.
I mean, I'm sure with training and diet or whatever, there's
Yeah.
definitely things you could do to handle it better. Los suits are super advanced now.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like I could. You think you could?
No.
No.
I'd like to, because like something about, like, driving, like, a huge plane, going really fast is, like, really cool.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know if I could handle the G's.
You've obviously heard of, you know, the U.S. military power. Have you heard about this? It's like if they cut their budget by 80%, it'd still
yeah.
be the highest, like, funded military in the whole world.
Yeah.
What do you think about, like, all this funding going towards that and just war overall? Like, now, you think war is necessary right now?
War is never necessary. I mean, people might argue that it is necessary to solve conflicts, but a lot of things can be handled by diplomacy, even though parties will sometimes not be content with the terms of said diplomacy. But the U.S. spending that much money on military, it's to a certain extent understandable, but, like, it's also excessive. Because I get, like, that they want to be prepared for whatever. Like, they want to keep their status as a global superpower. They want to be, like, the most advanced in the military. And I get that. But funneling so much money into, like, military that could be funneled into, like, other projects that would, like, advance society as a whole could be better than funneling it into the military.
Yeah, I agree with you. They definitely want to keep their status as a big power. You know, the U.S. compared to, like, Russia isn't as big at all. But definitely, yeah, it's like a defense thing. But I think war. You think nuclear war would ever happen? Like,
No.
since the Cold War, I think people are so scared of this. I think there's no chance. I think mutually assured destruction. It's a feeling that it's kind of bittersweet because it makes me feel safe that they don't want to bomb us because they know what they give us, you get back, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's the golden rule. It's mutually assured destruction. What you do to me, I'm going to do to you.
That's why I'm, like, not too scared of nuclear war, because I know, like, it's either, like, no nuclear war or the end of the world.
Yeah, definitely. I fully agree.
And I don't think anyone wants to, like, end the world. Right
end the world, yeah, definitely not. But yeah, I think it's definitely. I think it's gonna de-escalate eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Como que, I don't know how much longer it's gonna last, but there's already been surplus of casualties.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's gonna come to when Putin realizes que, you know, he's gotta stop or se va a meter Francia, Estados Unidos, like and he's super outmatched. It's NATO against him, you know.
Yeah.
Once he realizes that, I think we'll be good.
Yeah. Because God forbid, like, they take over, like, Russia completely takes over, like, Ukraine. The surrounding countries are gonna, like, defend their borders, and there's always problems in the border controls, like things like the North Korean, like, demilitarized zone. That it's like there's always been problems, like,
yeah.
It's gonna be, like, a problem between them, and probably they're gonna have, either Russia's gonna have to step back or, like, NATO allies are gonna have to step in.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about the war for long enough. I think. I know you're really into cars, right? You and your dad are really into cars.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a dream car or a few cars that you would love to have?
There's a couple, I guess.
Let me hear some.
Supercar, like, the supercars, Ferrari. Depends how much money I have. Like,
if you, like, God comes down and gives you a credit card, you can buy one car. What car are you going for? Like a Bugatti, like a Chiron?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
My dream car has always been Audi, an R8.
Yeah, I know.
And I feel like if I do study medicine and if I am a successful doctor, I feel like that's an achievable goal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, down the years, obviously. Like either black or like a blue It'd be so nice. Obviously, I wouldn't have that car here though.
Yeah,
Like cojo un boquete
boquete
and it's
no,
over.
no.
Here you gotta have like a big Jeep.
Cars that I always liked the original like Nissan GTR R32
Like a classic.
classic, BMW M3 del 90. Like I don't know why it's like a little like boxy car, but it's like a rally car. It's
Yeah.
like I really like it. Audi Sport Quattro, another rally car, and supercars like Ferrari La Ferrari,
Oh, that's a nice one.
Ferrari FXXK. It's not street legal.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. Have you
It's
seen
not
the
street legal.
El Porsche El Spider?
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice car
It's a
too.
really nice car.
I would love that car, or like a P1 McLaren
Yeah.
and chinita.
Mm.
That'd be so nice. Por el expreso de Camino Dorado a 150.
Cars that I haven't seen that much, that I actually really like. Pagani.
Which one?
Paganis.
What's that?
It's like an Italian car, but it's like they're really cool,
Yeah.
and they're like super.
Is it like a supercar?
Yeah, it's a supercar, but like they're really cool.
Yeah.
But I haven't really I don't see them in Puerto Rico. I just saw a few in like Miami the other day, but they're really cool.
An Italian car that I've seen bastante aquí. Alfa Romeo, but I just don't like that car at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like the como el grill de adelante.
I think it's cool.
I don't like it. It like me molesta. I like the Porsche. Okay, it's like smooth, los headlights para arriba.
Yeah.
That
Porsche's
one's-
always been a classic.
It's a beautiful car.
Un GT3,
Yeah.
un GT2.
My dad tiene un Boxster del
Mhm.
2006, creo que. If I
Mhm.
get that wrong, he's not gonna like it, pero de cambio, it's manual. Y he was teaching me to drive it. Y I just cogí un hoyo y it just por abajo said chavo. And we haven't fixed it yet, but it was cool driving it. I drove it once from here to Dorado, like from Guaynabo to Dorado. It's great. Starting como que when you're on a hill, it's super stressful. It's until you get it down, como que it's very stressful. But
Yeah.
once ya like you're going a 60, ya. Yeah, I feel like I'm in Fast and Furious. Tirando un cambio, like it's the best feeling. I know you don't drive, but
No, that's something I want to do though. Like, and that's something that like, as more cars are like becoming automatic now, like, standard is like being abandoned.
it's hard to
but
find them.
I want to like learn how to drive standard.
Okay, they're definitely not practical, especialmente para Puerto Rico. I feel like they're very,
Yeah.
because I mean, like most people like text and drive or just look at your phone. You're putting music. You're eating. Tú estás tomando like, qué sé yo, un jugo. I feel like you're always doing stuff while you're driving or you're on a call.
Yeah.
You're being productive, you know, because the world is just going really fast now. You always have things to do, especially ahora as seniors. I feel like entre college essays, we had schoolwork, we had mil cosas. You want to go see all your friends that, you know, next year you're not going to have the chance to see that much.
Yeah.
You just have a full agenda now.
Yeah. But yeah, como que, I thought senior year was gonna be more chill.
Yeah?
Yeah, like.
What do you mean?
I
Like
always,
classwork?
yeah, in classwork, like siempre, it's like, oh yeah, seniors, like, it's like you have 4 years of high school. 9th grade, you're new, like, getting used to like high school. 10th grade, you gotta go really, really like try hard, like you gotta like study. You gotta go 11th should be the toughest year. You got SATs. You gotta start like looking at colleges, and then it's 12th grade. 12th grade, the first semester, college essays, college apps, and then that should be it. Second semester of senior year should be a breeze, you know, like hanging out, and it started off like that, but for some reason, like we're low key being overloaded.
Yeah, I thought that too, como que. Okay, I feel like 11th grade should have been more stressful for us. I think COVID, I wouldn't say, I mean, alright. But at COVID, we didn't have 11th grade.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have our second half of 10th grade. Like when it starts to get really, really tough, mirando colleges, estudiando para SAT, todo eso, we kind of got a little bit of a break because we were just at home, classes at home. I mean, you don't learn as much, pero mil veces más fácil to get like an A in your classes. So I feel like we got a good break there. But now what I've realized, that I don't know who told me this, but it made total sense. I think it was Walter. A reason why it's very hard to get into colleges now is because people from last year who got in are taking a gap year, like, or took a gap year, whatever. They wanted to start their college full, like nothing online,
Yeah.
whatever. So like clase were like rolling down. You get me? So we're not only playing against other candidates de nuestro año, but from years before that took a gap year. Now they're entering into like our grade, let's say. Como por ejemplo, una amiga de mi hermana, Nikki, she took a gap year and then she started. So now she's one grade level below my sister.
Okay.
Y Ari también. Like, which for us is pretty bad. And I feel like SAT being optional definitely did not help us out at all. But yeah, people who never would have applied to some schools applied and they got in. You get me? Like a lot of colleges, I don't know if you've heard, are gonna stay at SAT optional because college, it's a business and they got way more, like more than double applications. I mean, Harvard, I'm pretty sure they said, okay, yeah, they're just gonna be SAT optional.
Yeah, a lot of went to SAT optional, and to a certain extent, I agree, but I don't agree, because SAT is not like the best way to measure someone's like true intelligence. Like, there's other ways to like show your true intelligence, because it's just like, oh, you study for the test, like, and then you sit for 3 hours and take the test. Like, I don't think it's the best way, but it's not a bad way either.
Yeah, I think SAT, it's definitely a metric. I don't know if it's de inteligencia or I don't know, like, like how determined are you to do better in this task? Obviously, like the term test taker, like some people are bad test takers, some people are good test takers. Y obviously the people that are not great at it, estar 3 horas y media sitting down taking a test in silencio in a room full of people, it's probably not a great environment for them to like, I don't know, milk their brain. But I think I think it's a good idea to have a standard for everyone, because definitely like even in Puerto Rico, you know, some schools are known to be easier than others. Like let's say Baldwin is known to be very like tough. Y some other schools are just known to be easier to get A's. So if you don't have that like standard, that's what it is. It's standardized. Just see where everyone's at. But what you said, I like what you said. You don't think it's a metric of intelligence, but what do you mean? What's your definition of intelligence?
There's different aspects of actual like intelligence. Like there's your like ability to perform like tasks. There's knowledge. Like just because I know more stuff than you doesn't technically mean I'm like more intelligent than you. I may know more stuff about some things, but like you may be like smarter in other fields. Like intelligence is a broad spectrum.
Yeah.
I think there's like not one specific type of intelligence.
I agree. I think intelligence how I'd use the word adaptable you are. Como que, like if we take a quiz right now, I don't know, calculus BC, I'm sure I'll do better than you, but it's because you haven't taken that class.
Exacto.
Yeah, I mean, if we take one the physics, you'll definitely do better than me. Pero if they just give us each, say, okay, like a textbook or whatever, a manual, whatever. Or like let's say algo simple, IKEA, you know, we got a shelf. There's 2 of the same shelf. We put us both each in different rooms, build it. Let's see how fast you can build it. Have you ever built a shelf?
I mean, I have.
Oh yeah? Well, I've never built a shelf, but I mean, same thing goes backwards. If they ask us to drive a standard car, who's gonna be better?
Exacto.
Doesn't make me more intelligent. It's experience. But what I mean by adaptability is if they introduce us both to new something like
let's say
new.
a passage either of us have not like, no one has read this passage. They give it to both of us like, and they give us like questions. I think like an SAT like.
Yeah, but that's not kind of what I mean. I mean kind of like a new skill. You get me? Like, let's say they put us both in a, like a dancing class, you know? Just go, salsa. Let's see who's better in 2 horas of practicing. You get me? Like, I feel like that definitely has to do with intelligence, because if you're book smart, like this is what it always comes down to, book smart and then street smart.
Yeah.
They say people who are very street smart aren't that good in academically, y vice versa.
Mhm.
And then there's people who are just both really good and people who are both really bad.
Uh-huh.
But I think obviously a balance is great because there's some things you learn outside of school that you can't learn in school, vice versa. You know,
And there's some people who like all they are is just school, and like you can't just say that they're more intelligent than you because they may know like they all their life is school, but like they don't know anything like outside of school.
exacto. Then you put them en un restaurante y no se atreven a pedirle al mesero. Like, definitely social skills are very important in life. I feel like it's easier to find your way like around studying if you're very good socially. I feel like having good social skills, like knowing how to talk to people, having good connections, just networking, like you can go into a social scenario and just talk it out with new people. You can make new friends. They can help you out in the future. You can help them out. I feel like definitely connections is one of the most important things. Porque, you can't do everything alone.
The world is connections.
The world is connections. Definitely is. That's why I was very interested in Notre Dame because all I've heard from that, like mi tutor, we have the same one, Jorge. He told me that if he goes to Italy, he can get a job like in a week, let's say, because he goes on Notre Dame Italia and they'll help you out. Like, it's just such good networking in that school. That's why I really wanted that school. But I guess you can network anywhere really.
Yeah, but I think one of the things to be partly successful is like having good connections. Like you have like business, medicine, like leyes, like most all like successful people. Not saying that anyone who's not a doctor, lawyer, or a businessman isn't successful. Are like every job requires connections.
Yeah.
Like knowing people is how like you get your works and your like skills out there. Like it's definitely possible to do it by yourself, but it's gonna take a lot more work and a lot like more like sacrifice for you to do it by yourself. Instead, when you have connections, like you know people who know people who can help you do this and help you do that, and just give you a little jump start and help you be more successful.
Yeah, I fully agree. Like if you have, let's say you and me were to partner up. I have a great idea for an app, but I don't know how to code. I'll tell you, hey man, you want to code this up for me? Que se oye? And like that, we're partners. But if I decided to take my own time to learn how to code, then code my, having people that can do stuff for you, and then obviously you do stuff for them in return. Whether it be like, que se oye, you give them a percentage, you pay them, I owe you one, whatever, you get me? It's definitely good to have connections and people within your field, and obviously I feel like outside it's definitely more helpful because they can do things that you can't do. This goes back to AP world, job specialization. Everyone becomes a master of one, and you're just really bad at other things, I guess. Well, that's about it for now. But before we go, I want to thank you, Diego, for being here with me.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
For sjspr.radio and Senior Talk, this is also Dubón. Till next time.